Alright? First and foremost, we're going to say, all praises be
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakal Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone.
Double honors.
Shalom to the sincere elect.
Shalom.
Teaching the truth and faith and sincerity through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Alright? And a quick point that we're going to speak on is the fact that basically Esau isn't going to obtain his new world order, man. Right? Because, in his like secret councils and so on and so forth, he's got a plan to like rule this earth for eternity, man. Mm. But what Esau doesn't understand is that the empire and kingdom of the 12 tribes of Israel is what is being predestined to rule for eternity, man.
Yep.
Right, so with that, if you got any scriptures?
This is Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, man. So basically, what that is speaking about is that when it seems like close that Esau's going to literally establish his new world order agenda, which ultimately boils down to having everyone implanted with the RFID chip, and basically it seems like he's just going to rule the whole world and have everyone in slavery. That's when the Lord Yahushai is literally going to come up on the earth and take him out of his power seat, right? Which will be in the midst of Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
The world will free, and so on and so forth, man.
Yep.
But essentially speaking, Esau isn't gonna get his wish, so to speak.
Yeah, hey, because if I could say, the Lord's been taking the piss out of Esau, man.
He's gonna get this a new world order in place, right? He's got the witches, the warlocks telling him this, that, and the other, right? But which is why in the destruction, but they still going after America's destroyed. They're gonna be so proud. They're not gonna repent. They're still gonna, try and come and fight against the Lord. Which is why when you read 2 Ezra 13, it says of a innumerable multitude, there was nothing to be perceived but smell of smoke. Right?
That's right. You got more on that? Joe?
He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
And obviously that over there is talking about the ICBMs, man, right? Which of course during the basically that and the chariots of the Lord will play a big part in the end and the destruction of Esau's his kingdom, man. Right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
So it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
That's right. And it's his chief tabernacle, his chief house is America, man. And basically, if you're on the shores of America, you're gonna be just dead. You're gonna just be destroyed if you ain't saved out of it, right? Get Psalms 49:11 when we shut.
Okay.
Because that's like a point to bring up.
This is Psalms 49:11. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their land after their own names.
Now, if you're reading Job 9:24, it says the earth is given into the hand of those who are wicked, man. And the seed of the wicked is Esau, which is Esau, people call yourself white, right? And basically, you've actually got like a inward plan, but it's really fucking outwardly now of ruling for eternity. And that's why you can sit there with Edomites and you talk about 2085. And so on and so forth. But what Esau doesn't understand, which is in Psalm 75:6 and Daniel 4, that the Lord controls who's in power, man. Right? Go ahead.
Yep.
You got anything to say?
In the second says, and their dwelling places to all generations, they call their lands after their own names. Right? And that's part of the pride that they have. For instance, the country wherein I was born, known as Zimbabwe today, but before it was called Rhodesia. Why? Because it was of Cecil Rhodes, man. Right, that devil. Right, and then when you look through the partitioning that Esau, the so-called white man, has done throughout the earth via the sword, which is fit into prophecy, right? Because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and what was he also given? He was given a great sword, right? And in that he's gone around carving the nations up, and in doing so, he's killed a whole load of people, and then just called the place after whatever he wants to call it. At the end of the day, oh, I call this place, I'm gonna call it that, right?
That's right. But that's why the Lord, our Shah is coming to reset everything. Because when he comes and resets everything, everything's going to be in his rightful, like everything's going to have his rightful name, and everything's going to have his rightful order, man.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, this whole earth is following the script, and that script was mentioned in the Daniel 2, Daniel kind of 7, where it gives the empires, and at the end of it is us ruling, man, right?
Yeah. So I've got a couple. This is Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
And who are the saints? The saints are the 12 tribes of Israel, being the Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans, man. Right? And in Jeremiah 28:8, it basically speaks about how like the prophets before kingdom it goes down basically prophesy against it. And that's why even in 2 Ezra 6 it says that Esau is the end of the world. That's why at this very end empire, this last empire, you have us arguing on the highways and byways coming forth and prophesying against it, man.
Yeah.
Right? Saying it's going down.
Yeah.
Right.
Just a quick one on the saints. 2 real quick ones. Psalm 50:5. Gather my saints together unto me, like those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Right. And who's that talking about? The Israelites. The Israelites made a covenant with the Lord. In Psalm 148:14, he also exalteth the horn of his people, like the praise of all his saints. Even the children of Israel, a people near unto him, praise ye Yahweh.
That's right. So the people who are saints are the 12 tribes of Israel, man, who the Lord gave the laws and statutes and commandments to, and they are destined to rule, man. Right? Get Daniel 4.
Daniel 4,
17 and Psalm 75 and 6 after.
17, 75 and 6?
Yes, Psalms.
Go.
Right? Because ultimately the Lord controls all, and then we won't get the chip, martial law, so on and so forth.
Yep. This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
Yeah, that's right. So the Lord basically saying the Heavenly Father controls the empires which rule. That's why in Daniel, right, when the king had the dream, basically the Lord, through Daniel gave him an understanding, like, look, you're set in this empire to rule for a bit, but after you're going down, right? Because he controls it, and right now the basis of men is ruling, which is the children of Esau, Edom, man. Go ahead.
Yep. Got a quick one. It says Sirach 10:4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Yeah, that's why in churches they go, because he got the whole world in his hand. Well, he really does. He really does. And in due time, the ones he's gonna set up, he was profitable was the Israelites. But that's how you know that the people in power right now ain't profitable. Cause they're destroying the food, they're destroying the water, they're destroying the seas, they're destroying the fucking animals, the ozone layer, they're destroying everything. So Esau ain't profitable, man.
Yeah, and then the only ones that are profitable are the Israelites, right? Because when you read Deuteronomy, it says, "What nation is like it that hath this law that is so great?" Right? This law is what do you call it? Is for life, right? This law is all about life, man. right? Whereas all of these heathen nations, they ain't gonna follow this law, right? Because it ain't in them. Hey, even Israel, in these bodies, we weren't able to keep the law, right? Only one man has ever walked on this earth that has been able to keep the law 100%, right? And that was Yahweh Shai, right? Which is why the new covenant has to come in. But who's the new covenant with? The new covenant's with the same people of the old covenant.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right, man. That's right. So that's why, even though this guy's got his plan and agenda of New World Order, which is the RFID, really boils down to the RFID chip having like a one world like currency and so on and so forth. That ain't gonna happen, man. Cause unless after the precept we read, Genesis 10, right? No,
After this one.
Yeah. After that, the flood, and they all to be one, and then Maccabees as well. Right.
That one?
Yeah.
Cool. It says Psalm 75 and 6 is, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
That's right, man. He putteth down one and setteth up another, man. And it's like, that's basically saying, look, the Lord controls who's in power, who rules, who's X, who's X, who's Y, who's Z, right? And basically, every people, basically, there ain't a people on this earth who can say, yo, how comes us ain't had a chance? But every nation is ruled. Even if you want to go back to the time period of judges, you want to go back to the Egyptian Empire, the Persians, the Medes, even them Polynesians were in the time of the Medes.
Yeah.
So that no one can say they ain't ruled, man.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah. Which is further again proof of what we read in Sirach 10 about one that is profitable, because the Lord said, okay, you have your chance. Nope. You have your chance. Nope. You have your chance. Nope. Right, and eventually it's like, oh, cool, Israel, I'm gonna make you perfect. You have your chance. Oh, what? You didn't break any laws. Everything's going good, and that's why I said we go and live forever. Because the wages of sin is death, but we ain't going to sin. So how we going to die? We ain't going to die. Right? Said you want Genesis?
Yeah.
It says Genesis.
Have you got more on that sound, or was it finished?
No, I'll just close it.
No, that's cool. Because I think you already read verse 6 and 7, didn't
6 and 7, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Cool. It says Genesis 11, it says, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there.
Yeah.
And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower.
Yeah.
Right, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
So basically, this after the flood, of course, and basically, like in this story, basically because everyone's all over one speech, they're all coming together to basically build a tower. So basically, that top is so high that if a flood happened again, they could escape it, which they obviously didn't know by the purpose of rainbows, right? But basically, here as you can see, there's an example of the whole world coming together in one speech and one consent, because it wasn't just about a speech; they all came together as one consent. And let's see what the Heavenly Father, let's see how he felt about it.
Yep. It says, and the Lord Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
Yeah. So basically, if everyone, cause cultures ain't supposed to mix. Cause once you get like a mixing of cultures, people then take onto other things, and things spread, and it just becomes all messed up. It kind of like, when a culture gets mixed, the authenticity of it, it's gone.
Yeah, you end up with bug outs, man.
Yeah,
right. Because for instance, you'll get like say quote unquote Africans who come over to the West, and on one hand, they're quite they have quite traditional values, but then they'll be pro-abortion, right? Because that's a Western value. Yeah. And then you speak to them, and you can tell in their own mind they're bugged out because they're like they follow. They want to talk about this, but on the other hand, they're accepting of Esau's ways, right? Well, a quick one for you. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Yeah, and that's why when we first got the land of Israel and Judges, the Lord told us, yo, don't these heathen, you better leave them alone, because if you don't, you're gonna take you to their culture, and basically it's gonna draw you away from the Lord. So basically, really, ultimately, it was always about Israel anyway. But obviously, the Lord, he still wanted the separation of the nation, because if he didn't want a separation of the people, then how comes you had the sons of God, the sons of men, the sons of the wicked? Or why is it that Ham, Shem, and Japheth came the progenitors of different nations? All right, he obviously wanted a separation, but they wasn't down for that. Can you go back to Genesis 10? Oh, sure.
So back in Genesis,
it
says, and the Lord Yahweh said, 11:6 says, and the Lord Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
Yeah, because the scripture says their hearts, man, are desperately wicked. So imagine they all join up together. They're just gonna keep adding fuel to the fire, man.
It says, go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord,
you can explain it.
So that's where you get all of these different languages from, man. And it's very simple. It's like, oh, you can't understand what someone's saying, you get frustrated, you might try and motion something. I can't speak to this guy. So who'd you go to? You naturally go and speak to the people that you know. Which is why, for instance, in this frog, right, in London, what you get is you get those pocket communities where people will come from, from another country, and they might not know English too well. So who do they go around? They go around the people around, that they know, speak their language. Why? Because it's easier for them. They don't really want to interact with the natives of England, quote unquote, right? Why? Because they can't speak to each other. So everyone ends up just going into their own separate ways, right? It says, so the Lord Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Right, so they ended up not building a city.
And it says that us. It was talking about the angels, going to basically confound them so that they don't understand each other. That's why the term Babylon comes from. Meaning confusion.
My friends, you've got a language app. If you're learning languages, called Babel.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
See?
It says, therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord Yahweh did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did Yahweh scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Yeah, because guess what? The Lord intended to basically to separate. Now can you get the kind of Maccabees Bible? So that to basically show that there's no anything under the sun, as the scripture says, man. And then Esau in his past life, under a different king, right, tried to do the same thing. So let's get there.
It says First Maccabees 1. I'm gonna start from verse 7. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
Yeah, we'll show you that Esau's the border of the wickedness, the border of wickedness. Because he just makes shit, fucking fester. He just he makes wickedness grow. Basically, Esau's like the seed and fertilizer of wickedness. He just makes it grow, man. Especially when he's ruling, it's just gonna continue.
It says, and there came out of them. Did I miss a bit? Yeah, you know. So, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
Which his name Antiochus Epiphany means means God manifest, man. He really thought, because his name represented their pride, man.
Yeah.
They truly believed that they were the Most High.
Sound familiar?
That's why the scriptures describes the characteristics of Esau as the people who believe they're the Most High. Right. That's why almost every god that exists, I'm pretty sure almost every god that exists in every culture, you've got a whitewash version of it, bro. In Egypt, in whoever, I'm sure, pretty sure, man. Well, one thing we obviously do know where it's dominant is in Christianity, so to speak, because Esau knows the truth is with the Bible, so he converts it as much as he can.
Yeah.
Right.
Says who had been hostage, sir, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Right? Says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward.
Yeah, it can. So as you can see, can you read the point again about Antiochus?
Yeah.
Everyone should leave there. Go ahead.
Yeah. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them we have had much sorrow.
Okay. Get the point whereby he says basically everyone should depart from their laws. Is it there, or is it in another chapter?
I believe it's in one, isn't it?
Or you can just type in depart from laws.
Yeah.
Depart from laws. It might be further from law or laws. It's basically like he says depart from, like everyone should just depart. In those days, why not? Nah, but basically in Maccabees, there's a point whereby he basically encourages everyone to just be heathenistic, right? And around that time.
Oh, here it is. Got it.
Yeah.
It says First Maccabees 1:40.
Yeah.
Right, 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
So basically, this is an Edomite king right into his empire. So it's the same thing. It's like the release of Esau coming out with a decree. Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
So basically, that's something that's happened before. And that's why Scripture says, while he's eating, the Lord shall cast his fury upon him.
That's right.
Because basically, in his past, he's basically tried to do this before. Go ahead.
Says, yea, many of the Israelites consented to his religion.
So basically, many of the Israelites also agreed to leave your laws and become into that new world order, man. Basically back then, and now through the scriptures we call it what? The image of the beast, right? Because when the scripture says the Lord made man in his image. It means he made them and instructed them according to his law. And that's what Esau's trying to do. Esau's trying to be like the Most High, right? And that's why get Revelation 12 and 12, right? And then we're going to get the chip and so on and so forth.
So Revelation 12 and 12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
This devil here ain't talking about some guy in hell wearing a pink t-shirt that says, "Hi, I'm Satan." Right? He's going to come down to everyone's room at night and punch us in the mouth. No. We're talking about the so-called people who call yourselves white, right? Who have an agenda of basically ruling the whole earth and chipping everyone. But the reason why it says so why does it say he actually know if you have but a short time, right? Because the prophets are out there, and the prophets have been throughout history because he's got scholars too that know that in past empires you always had prophets of Hawash and Al-Shai who came to tell them what's gonna come.
Yeah.
And what he's got a short time to implement is his chip, right? So after that you can get the chip. After I see you're going to get something Jeremiah.
Yeah, it's Jeremiah 28 and 8. "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." Right? And also you have it in Psalm 64 where it says that he's completes a diligent search. Right? So you would have gone through the scriptures, you would have come across this. Okay, well, is there any record of this happening? Right, so he like you're saying, he's probably got the records of the prophets of old, basically saying what they had to say to the kings and rulers of the time that were round about them, right? Which is why once again Esau's had to put this a slander out, on the different historians. Like I was coming across that so-called Israeli Gutterites over there, man. And they were trying to denounce what's his face, Josephus, right? And all of that. Or how credible is Josephus, right? But why? Just because the whole agenda is to make the people believe that the scriptures and the supporting evidence, which really ultimately the scriptures don't need any supporting evidence, but what you can use to say, further prove, hey, look, this has happened. It's recorded in this. It's recorded in there. Is basically make it seem like these scriptures are false, which ain't true.
That's right. We want to get a chip bubble show, and then get Job 5 and 12, whatever. We'll close out.
Cool. Job 5 and 12, yeah.
Yeah, where it says but what did it say?
He disappointed.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 13:16, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
And this mark is talking about the RFID chip, which is basically like it brings Esau's whole system, his whole beast system, his image into one, right? Which is his image is the new world order agenda. Right, people basically serving him, right, and the pinnacle of that, the stamp of approval to make him know that I'm getting it in is the chip, which is a physical mark, right? That haragma, right, which basically like in the ancient world, even up to now, like with slaves it was done, with cows now it's done. They're all being branded, right, and it's basically. Well, when you have a brand, it's like it's a stamp of approval to show that you have a master basically. So basically, what this chip is Esau establishing his authority that he's ruler because Esau wants to be as the Most High. Because even if you go back to the time of King David when he counted Israel, the Heavenly Father had to rebuke him to let him know that's off. But what Esau wants to do is chip everyone so that he can know where you are and he can know what you're doing, and also what he's trying to do is to know what you're thinking. That's why it speaks about like the actual chip being used to track terrorists and lone wolves to potentially stop future acts of violence
before we've done it.
But how's that gonna happen unless he can read your mind? That's why I was trying to incorporate the chip. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Which proves that this actual mark of the beast will have to do with our economy, with the global economic system when it comes to crash.
Yeah.
That's why it says that no man, because it's gonna be a worldwide thing.
Yep. And it's getting ready, man. The thing is, like, over here in the UK, I don't know how it is in the States. I've heard certain things. When people come over, they'll visit the UK or whatever, what have you, and they'll be like, the contactless infrastructure over here. But here, we're ready for the chip in the UK, man. The infrastructure is completely there.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
It's been there for a while. Right, and what else do you have? You have all of these banks now. All of a sudden, their whole thing is to upgrade their internal infrastructure, right? Make things a lot faster, right? Because this is the internet age. Like you can transfer terabytes of data like that. So why is it bank payments take so long to process? Things like this. Oh, you got to ring fence this. You got to ring fence that. Right, for instance, I bank with Barclays, and for the last couple of months, they've been, I'll get a notification on the mobile like, oh, it may not work between these times because we're doing maintenance. We have to, upgrade the system because of X, Y, and Z reason, right? And as opposed to what I said, roughly paraphrasing, the chip is the next logical step. Doesn't make it right, but in Esau's system, it is the next logical step. Right, for instance, you get all of these people, they have card holders, and what do they have in it? Their driving license, their main backup bank account, their secondary bank account, their main credit card, their secondary credit card. But just tell them, look, man, why don't you just, use your chip? And let's be real, a lot of people may not even carry their credit card. Why? Because it's on here, man.
Yeah, even in Sweden, man.
Yeah,
especially there. I think like 90% of the economy is crazy. Is like contactless.
Yeah, and
it's cashless. It's basically a cashless
society. Yeah. If I can say as well, over here you get pissed sometimes. What do you mean you don't take card?
Yeah.
And I'm about to go all the way to the cash machine.
Yeah.
Oh, that cash machine ain't working.
Yeah.
You have to travel a bit further. You're like, look, man, why don't you take card? You know why they don't take card though? Why? Because they're trying to keep things under wraps. When Esau doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Esau wants to be able to see every single transaction so that he can put his dirty little paws in it.
Yeah, and even aside from the money, the scripture says they're spirits of devils working miracles. And if you go into the word miracles, it's basically marked with chip. Because basically, what you should also try to do is help people who are wheelchair, you paralyzed, walk, the blind to see. Because you're trying to be like the Most High, right? So you're trying to make the paralyzed, unparalyzed, the blind see, the deaf hear.
Yeah.
And basically, even though, so you use it for people who have like Alzheimer's or something. Or if you have an epileptic fit and you pass out and you need or to know that you're like allergic to something. So how are you going to know? Through the chip. And the chip is going to have everyone's information in it. Right, that's why it's called the mark of the beast.
Yeah, and sorry if I can add as well, but that's where the spirit comes into this, right? Because that's how you, for instance, that whole topic. That's how you know Esau's gonna, when the Lord starts bestowing the spiritual power onto brothers, as we read in Revelation, Esau's gonna start coming down harder, man. Why? Because we gonna be straight. Lord will be those men. Esau's gonna be saying, take this drug, take this chip, and then you'll be able to walk again. And through the spirit and power of the Lord, the Lord's going to set up his man to just speak it. To just speak it and the man can walk again.
Yeah, that's right. Have you got more in Revelation?
It says, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and this number is 666.
That's right. Yeah, man. So just get Job 5 and go ahead.
Cool. This is Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
Yeah, and then the device of the crafty is his agenda, right? And then the crafty, scripture speaks about the secret counsel of the wicked in Psalms, which is what you call the Illuminati.
That's right.
Which really they're full of darkness, right? So the crafties them, cause they meet at night and talk out certain things and plan their agendas and stuff. The Lord's saying he there's a part of the device of the crafty. Go ahead.
Yep. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel the froward is carried headlong.
Go ahead.
They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night.
That's right.
But he saveth the poor for the sword. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty.
Yeah, and the actual poor is those who are humble in spirit, elect. So the scripture saying is like, look, as you read in Job originally, as he's eating, it's not going to happen. You know, he's going to disappoint the devices, but that still means he got a short time. So basically, what we're saying in summary is that although you've got your plans, although you've got your agenda of fixing it to happen, it's not going to happen, right? Because it seems like it's going to come to pass. The Lord's gonna take it down. So people are gonna get chipped. The concentration camps are gonna happen. Things are gonna get tough. But ultimately, as it says, the saints shall take the kingdom, man. So the saints are gonna rule eventually, man.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. Scripture says in Jeremiah 30, it says, "It is even this time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right. So it is going to come about. Right, the chip has to, be forced upon the people before we can get out of here. That's why when we see, articles about the chip, we get excited, man, because these are signs of our, of our deliverance out of it.
That's right. That's right. You got anything?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So with that, I'm saying all praises be to
How Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Makapadash.
Double honest process. That was a great milestone.
Double honest.
That we're gonna say. Shalom.
Shalom.